Harvey, Tony and the rest of the Darfield Residents Association putting us on. Good evening, I'm Bex Lambie and everyone calls me Bex. I'm standing for the Tawera subdivision obviously, and I'm proud to call Horata home. I grew up in a farm in rural Canterbury, and as soon as I could lift a bucket, I was mucking in with the family. It was all about teamwork, and it's something I've instilled in my own children as well. My parents taught me about the community way, the Kiwi way. So basically weekends were spent at rugby or cricket grounds, doing fundraisers where I'd be pushing a wheelbarrow with a pig and an apple in its mouth and selling raffle tickets. You know, times have changed a bit, but the spirit of pitching in, looking out for one another, you know, it hasn't and it shouldn't. In my ideal world, when you turn on a tap, you've got water you can trust, which in Horata isn't always the case. Families have access to healthy local food, grown by people we know, neighbours help neighbours just because they want to, and rates reflect realism, so focused on essential and good value. There's a future I want for my children. It's a grassroots vision that starts right here with all of us. So for the last 20 years, my husband and I have run motels in Ashburton while raising 2 boys, and once again, as soon as they could muck in and pitch in, they were making beds and putting pillow slips on pillows and ironing and things like that. And hospitality has taught me a lot about hard work, managing people, practical decisions under pressure, but most importantly, it's taught me about listening and also putting people first. When a guest has a blocked drain at 10 o'clock at night, you don't write a report. You fix it, you follow up, and you make it right. And that's the approach I want to bring to the community board. We chose Horata in Malvern for its community spirit, its rural quality of life, and the values that the place holds dear. And it's values like that I want to protect and strengthen. I'm also someone who likes to ask questions and likes to see how things work. So in the last general election, I decided to be a staffer for Selwyn. So I welcomed people at the booths, and then I went to the head office and I counted votes and did the special votes and also the double voting checks and things like that. It gave me the confidence and the integrity in the process, and it reminded me of how important local participation is. So I've lived in Selwyn for 6 years, and I'm a wee bit newer to Melbourne though, and apart from helping at the Glow and the Highland Games, I'm still getting my feet wet a little bit. So I'm here to learn, listen, and to get to work, to speak up when it counts and to advocate for what matters in our community. So as far as community services, I've been part of that for quite a while. In Ashburton I did hundreds of volunteer hours working at events, conferences and donating my wages to Malvern football. I've done the typical PTA, coach football, sponsored teams, coordinated baking after for the linesmen after the earthquake, and I've done a fair share of sausage sizzles, as most people do. I've served on boards and administered an accommodation group. I know how to read a budget, set a practical plan, and get people pulling together in the same direction. If I'm elected, my priorities would be effective community board powers. So let's bring back and strengthen delegations in the community board and make local decisions locally and hopefully local money locally being spent. So 2, local needs met. We should prioritise local needs, roads, water, pools, playgrounds, and facilities that we actually need. 3, practical community-led advocacy. The board should be hands-on with the volunteers and groups, raising awareness of council submissions. The essentials first, I always say though, drinking water, food security and realistic rates. So drinking water you can trust when you turn on the tap, local food supported by local farmers, and rates that reflect realism. So value for money, not nice to haves. Here's how I work. Open door and on the road. I run regular drop-ins around the Tawera community, and I'm happy to meet at the farm gate if that's easier for you. Short, clear updates. After each meeting, I'll share a brief summary of what is being decided, what it means for Tawera and what's on next. And back the doers. So I'll work with the residents and community associations, sports groups, volunteers that keep the town alive, ensuring their voices are all heard. I'm down to earth, I'm approachable, I'll celebrate your wins and push hard where change is needed. I know the cost of living is biting right now at the moment, and that's why we must make sensible spending decisions and keep what makes our district special. If you believe in practical action, community-led change, and having someone who truly will listen and represent your voice, then I'll be honoured to have your support. I'm Bex Lambie, and I'm putting community first, your voice for Melbourne, and I'm ready to work for you in the Melbourne Community Board. Thank you for your time.